Hey guys, hello, and welcome to another day of the New Wave Invitationals. My name is Dax, and joining me yet again for our first match today is Mr. Fascinate. So, Fascinates, Mr. Yuki Tanaka, what are you doing today? How
Hello.
have you been doing today, and what are you expecting for the day to come?
But so far I am good. Uh, Unlike you who just woke
What?
up, I
Oh, no. Wow, that's true. I'm always just woke up. That's how you get ready.
yes. But yeah. I've been playing a certain FPS game so far, and it's been making. I'm having fun with it, even though I'm not really like comfortable with the ping. But other than that, we're not here to talk about that certain FPS. We're to talk about this lovable FPS called Overwatch and the New Wave Invitationals Week 2. Um, with one team with its debut match tonight, right? UwUWatch.
Yes, pretty excited for this. So we are gonna have the debut of UwUWatch. So welcome guys, welcome to UwUWatch. And if you guys don't know who UwUWatch is, if you do follow a certain someone on Facebook called Inbox Gaming, well, this is the inbox stack that we have been waiting on for quite a while. One of the first teams we actually invited to the New Wave Invitationals, and happy to
Right.
report that they have finally figured out who's actually gonna be playing, and we did help them out just a little bit in their roster, but I'm very excited to see what's in store for that. So since you've been playing with Invox for quite a while already, Mr. Yuki, what can you say about him, his playstyle, and the rest of the Watch squadron?
What I can say is that I'm surprised at how um, fast they learned, seeing that they just bought the game this year, as far as I remember correctly. But basically, they're all like brand new to the game, as opposed to like us or their opponents for tonight, Overwine. And yeah, I'm happy to see, or rather, I'm curious to see how they would transition to playing a more competitive style instead of like just stick six stacking in comp.
Yeah, so what kind of rosters, what kind of compositions do you expect from our upcoming teams? Now, there is one thing to note that has recently been released, but I just want to talk about more or less what they actually run in the first place here for the side of Overwatch. What are the usual comps?
Right,
What are the usual go-tos? And what can you expect coming out from this team?
right. So I'm familiar with Inoa Risu preferring to play the Rhine comps, right? If I remember correctly. So I'm expecting to see some more Rhine comps, maybe Orion Zarya again, since it's one of the more easier. Oh, sorry, your stream suddenly blasted off my earphones. But yeah,
Nice.
it's the more easier, in my opinion, like the easier tank duo, as opposed to Ryan Orisa, Ryan Sigma, or Ryan Diva. And as for DPS, I'm hoping to see some Echo plays tonight, even though she's a very new character for everyone. But I do hope we get to have a glimpse of her in action. But if I were to guess, maybe they would show us some May and McCree. But that would be just my guess, seeing as how they would like to play around with their roles from time to time.
I've actually been looking a little bit through the roster of Overwatch, and I agree that Ryan Zarya is going to be a potential composition they are going to be comfy with. But something to note also that they would like to play might be the aggressive dive of the ball and the diva. I've seen Honora used to run around with the ball and the pugs, and here for Charlotte, well, can flex on over to that diva pretty well. The McCree is going to be a big cornerstone actually here for Overwatch. Both of the DPS players are very comfortable to play it, so it's probably going to be a McCree Hanzo, a McCree Reaper, something like that that really revolves around the cowboy to begin with. In the support line, more or less, I'm seeing more of the sustain. We might not see actually too much Lucio play, so we'll see here for We'll watch if they're gonna work things out. But in the meantime, not one to be left behind. We got Overwine on the blue hand side. And well, for Overwine, well, they haven't had the best start to the Invitationals. They lost out on their match earlier on this Tuesday against the Overvex Squadron, and right now they are looking for revenge in having two matches actually over this week. Do you feel like they're getting fatigued? What do you think is going to be up to in their thoughts right now for this upcoming match?
instead of saying that they're having like some sort of fatigue, I think that this is just making them experience more sort of like lessons to improve on. And I think hopefully this time we can see like from last match we saw there was an improvement right over the last week's match. So I'm expecting to see more um, improvement for our matches tonight.
Actually, there's we also have had a few reviews basically of our previous VODs, and one of our stats guys, Rebirth, has a few things to say about Overwine. We'll be mentioning all throughout the broadcast. But one thing to note that Overwine was able to do was the adaptation to the strategies of their opponent. They were able to take a map of Overbex to begin with, noticing they really like to prefer playing the Symmetra and how they played things out in a pretty dominant affair. It was a full cap by the tail end, a full hold on King's Row, and it was a pretty good scoreline there for Overwine, even though they lost out 3-1. So, what do you think is gonna be the keys to more flexibility and adaptivity here for Overwine? I feel like on their tank line, they shouldn't be overlapping on their roles. Might be better to really find a stable point of having an off tank in the roster.
Right, I agree with that one as well. And uh, focusing more on the smaller things like basic what do you call this, like call outs, or the focus, especially the focus would increase their potential by a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The focus though. The focus of today, guys, is gonna be the debut of the Echo in the New Wave Invitational. So yesterday
Yes.
we were able to try it out in the pugs, and there were a lot of hits or misses. Overall, my notes do say that TLDR, it is a very kill or be killed hero. It's very, very easy to hit the Echo to begin with, and her lethality is very, very close range. So if you're unable to secure the kill very, very quickly, well, you can actually punish the Echo for her hubris, even though she can really, really quickly get on away. So we'll see how these two teams are gonna work things out. Will we see the commitment of the air tactics actually here for one of these two teams? Because our first upcoming map has been confirmed, and it is going to be Ilios. So it seems like we are going to be almost done with our little talk show, and we are going to be moving on to the matches. But well, Ilios having a lot of sightlines, having a lot of the atmosphere to play around, and the Echo Farah with the Mercy Show might be the thing that Overwine might test out in a map like this. Anyway, seems like both of our teams are looking to get ready. I can't wait to see what Overwine and UwUWatch are going to be up to today. Quick little reminder though of our schedule for today. We are live right now with the Overwine versus UwUWatch matchup, and at 9:30 or whenever basically this match finishes, we will go into Washed Up Homies versus Meme Court. So you will not want to miss a single bit of today's broadcast, as we are going to be getting into the game. Seems like both teams are ready to go, and into Ilios we shall go. My name is Daks, his name is Fascinate. We are going to be getting into game number 1 in the New Wave Invitationals. And well, Ilios, the blue and white, absolutely beautiful. What do you think about the upcoming map right now, Mr. Fascinate? What can we really expect from our squads?
Kind of prefers Widow sometimes in Widow centric maps, and seeing that Ilios has one very Widow centric map, I think we're gonna see some of his brilliance right here.
Yeah, you know what else is brilliant? This scoreboard. Shout out again to Calderon. And this is
Right,
version
that's right.
6.0, guys. So we have gotten an upgrade in the middle of our week. So we got a few add-ons here and there, totals for the teams gonna be into play. And at the same time, we are seeing a few things into the middle line. So it shows now the hero swaps here
Ooh.
between our teams. Pretty snazzy here. The admin, of course, of the WTF OW Bugs, or basically the WTF Singaporean community. And at the same time, the community lead of Team Singapore 2019. Great to meet him in BlizzCon IRL, but has always been a guy to talk to for quite a while for me. But there you go, Mr. Fascinate. We are gonna see the Echo Dominici.
We are going to see both Echoes
And Invox.
on
Yes,
each
sir.
team, right?
Yes, sir. And oh, this is very interesting. So Overwine gonna be whipping out the Torbjorn. So we see the Torbjorn from time to time, especially due to the hero bans in the hero pool in the tier 1 scene. And the Torbjorn can really be pesky with the turret and the Molten Core to boot. A pretty strong ability to get the area denial. But right now, who needs that area denial when you have Invox flying in the skies? Interesting enough though, it's Dominici and Kentrol. It's a pockets here and now for both sides. We've seen this before, but I feel like it's not really the best for the Mercy to pocket the Echo. It might be better if she's flying around all by herself, as Inbox gets the first kill onto his counterpart, and this is looking really good for UwUWatch as they take the point first.
The initial positioning of Overwine there on the platform was really great. I thought they had a really good footing over there, but unfortunately, Orisa fell down, and that kind of destroyed their position as a team.
Yeah, so in the meantime, we'll see how this one is gonna go as Cheesy Panda looking to get in position. Kessler in the meantime running on up. We'll see how the side of UwUWatch is gonna be looking to set on. If I remember correctly, one of their old names used to be the Inboxers, and Inbox right now really going for a boxing match against Dominici, trying to get the focusing beam on, but it doesn't do as much damage when your target is not half HP or less. We'll see though how this is gonna pan out as UwUWatch right now getting beaten back. Here comes Kessler trying to brawl the Lavario. In the meantime, we'll get taken down. 3 frags on the board here and now for the side of UwUWatch. And overall, they are just looking pretty dominant into this affair. The turret though of Guinness getting the shots on, but it feels like the Torg are not really getting too much done, especially with Inbox and 2 Happy Ball happy in the skylines, really avoiding all the sidelines and the Molten Core to boot.
An interesting trade there by both teams, and I thought it really went like it could go either way, but yeah, really interesting. I wasn't expecting, like I thought like blue team Overwine would have it.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been something, but it didn't. And right now, duplication is available here for Inbox, trying to get the tracking on the Lavario. She gets fire grenade on up, and time to turn into the Reinhardt. Inbox going to be rampaging yet again. We'll try to get into the front line. In order use in the meantime, we'll get stunned up there by Kessler. But the sound barrier from the Lavario to boot. Roll now going in favor of Overwine. They're getting the frags that they need. Inbox looking like he didn't really get much value out of that duplication. Turns back into the Echo. And Overwine right now going to get the flip on back.
Good flip over there. A really nice usage over the Torbjorn ult right there. Zoned out everyone and just picked them off one by one. Very clean.
Guinness right now though will be rotating, and this is gonna be Team Overwine going for the push. They would like to set up that Torbjorn turret though, just to have the sightlines to begin with, but now they will have to deal with the Nanoboost coming in from Alexarine. Gonna try to let it rip, giving it to in order use to Charlotte. In the meantime goes for the grab and surge, and that's a beautiful combo here from the side of UwUWatch. Kodana, even with that Death Blossom, ripping apart Cheesy Panda, and that's gonna be a gooey mess of the Orisa as Team UwUWatch right now moving on to the point. There we go with the capture, there we go with the take, and it looks like Team UwUWatch will be able to take Ilios Ruins 137.
They are really confident and just not phased at all, even though Overwine got a cap on that point, because even though they got the point, when they returned they had like 4 ults ready, and that was just what they need to retake the point.
Yeah, UwUWatch having a really hot start, and it seems like Inoryuzu being such a good mesh with the UwUWatch team. I'm glad to see that he's actually fit in really well with the UwUWatch roster, as he's a little bit of the odd one out at the very start. Hopefully, he's making some really good new friends as well, and I really enjoy seeing him here in the New Wave Invitationals. In the meantime, though, it has been such a strong start here from UwUWatch. Overwine looking a little shaken, but not stirred as of yet. They are still going to go on to the Torbjorn, but Dominici goes back to a very comfortable Ashe into this Lighthouse map.
Right, and they're opting now for a long-range flashes here. So really good job setting up on the high ground and controlling high ground. And we're seeing here Kodina or Vanilla, right?
Yeah,
setting
Vanilla.
up on the low ground, waiting for them to drop.
Kessler though, gonna be looking for the roll, and here comes Noriyusu holding that shield up against the meantime though, getting the frag and beautiful patience here from Team Overwine, but Kessler needs to stay alive. Elixir Rain, gonna toss that Elixir on, will get the takedown. Here comes the Fire Grade now, poor Nilavariel, and it seems like here for the side of Team UwUWatch that they will get the flip on first. They set up on that point, and they were able to get the capture pretty handily. Kadena in the meantime trying to go for a flank, trying to get in a position from the right hand side, and UwUWatch is close to the shatter already. UwUWatch making sure that the doorways are sealed and they can get the catch on. Here comes an Anaboost right now, but a sleep time to remember. Ketrel gonna get the toss. Fire Grenade now connecting onto two. We've seen Ketrel be very aggressive on Diana, and seems like it's gonna be the same case here for Mr. Ketrel, but still Invox, Charlotte, Kadena all over the boards. Team UwUWatch, their DPS line really tearing apart the opposition.
Now they're really banking on this Torbjorn pick, and I think what they're trying to do is like let the Torbjorn farm his ult, and then lay it on everyone on the point, since the point in this round is pretty small, and it could potentially cover the whole capture point here.
Yeah, I like that, because also the sightlines from the turret on that high ground are really just gonna mess with whatever Invox and two Happy Ball are trying to do. Now the Molten Core gonna be a big deal, and here we go right now, cutting off the retreat as well. Kessler though gonna be charging on in, has the shatter available, but he'll have to retreat. Two Happy Ball in the meantime with that Valkyrie online. Graviton Surge is there from Charlotte as well. Milvariel too late on the trigger. We'll get that sound barrier cancelled. Perfect timing there for UwUWatch to get some kills. And for people who are unaware of who Charlotte and Kadena is for the side of UwUWatch, Charlotte is nerf me please. He's decided to go on to a more family-friendly account, that's for sure. And Kadena gonna be moving over from the vanilla account, will be back with his own identity. It's a very, very new account, but with some experience in behind. Shadow apparently from Noriyusu, as well as Inbox going
really
for it.
good. That felt
so
really good.
solid.
A double shatter. The
Yeah,
second shatter
UwUWatch.
wasn't really necessary, but it felt good.
You just gotta do it by that point.
Right,
And victory will go over for Team UwUWatch. They will take a pretty reserved win on Ilios 2-0. Looking like they have not missed a beat at their first beatdown. They are able to take that map by storm. And play of the game goes over to the Echo. Inbox showing on up.
Reinhardt.
Turns into the Reinhardt. Goes for the shatter. Gets sleep darted. And for style points, Noriyusu doing the same and running away from the Nano Bob.
Oh man, this is why I want to see some echo plays from both teams, because I want to see more of that, like picking two Reinhardts or maybe two Flex, sort of something like Orisa or what was the other, the Zarya or something. Whenever she gets her ult, she farms her. Whenever Echo duplicates a hero, she farms ult for how much faster? Like
By a
is it
bajillion.
200%?
I forgot the exact number, but
Let's
it's
say
a lot.
bajillion.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like around 600, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if they.
600.
I'm not sure if they
Oh my.
nerfed that or something. You should be able to check out some of the PTR patch notes.
Right,
but
right.
you know that's a thing. That's a thing. It really is very, very quick. But conversely, it does take a while for the Echo to get the ultimate in the first place. If I remember correctly, one of the highest in terms of damage you need to do to get the ultimate online.
Right,
So
right.
that echo. So what do you think, Mr. Fascinate? Tell me about it. Inbox really showing on up with the echo. And
Yeah.
what were the things you think he did well for that map?
He did well. In regards to like controlling some portions of the map, especially like battling against like airborne units and controlling like the pace of the opponents, like when they could push there. He's really careful in that regard, and I like how he's just trying out like duplicating different heroes for, for just I think they're at this point they're probably experimenting as to what really works with your ult. But that Reinhardt really like I want to see more of that, like two Reinhardts like just slamming you,
That's
It's
That's
like it's in quotes.
okay. Okay, guys, you heard that from Mr. Fascinate yourself. Two Reinhardt slamming you, quote unquote. Okay, did you know, guys, that Fascinate used to made actually a video about his
Oh God.
favorite Overwatch
Yes.
hero, Reinhardt's,
Right.
for the Overwatch SEA Facebook page for Heroes of Overwatch. It was an anniversary thing, like a year or two. Yeah, it was like 2 years ago
It
back,
was
and so
2017. Yeah.
oh, 3 years ago,
Oh wait,
actually.
2017 or
I think it's
yeah, I think it was
2018.
2018. Yeah, yeah,
2018. I
2018.
think it was 2018. But yeah, you
Yeah,
should
yeah,
check
yeah.
that. I should find that somewhere. It's in the archives, in the annals of Fascinate's history. And in the meantime, guys, it seems like we are gonna be getting our next map, and it is gonna be Eichenwalde. UwUWatch does pick their side though, and what subs they're gonna be wanting. What do you think about Eichenwalde? It's gonna be very interesting. I like it from Overwine. They are picking different maps actually
Yeah, right.
from like last time.
Exactly. Like we're also used to picking like very basic maps like Busan, Kings Row, and this is a breath of fresh air for everyone. And I'm really excited as to how Overwine would react to this. Hopefully, they've uh, made some like homework or just trying out different to all their maps, different styles of defending and attacking. And as for Watch, playing with them, remembering like our matches in Eichenwald, they know how to play, or rather, what I could say is they have this idea of how to push Eichenwald. So this is going to be very interesting,
Yeah, I'm very interested to
especially
see.
especially the addition of Echo.
Yeah, like I think this is another map where Invox can really be rampant on the
Right,
first and
right.
second points. It's gonna be the Echo flying on around, really making us zoom that camera all the way to the other side. And in the meantime, interesting swaps here, and now seems like Overwine gonna be benching Kessler, who was he
The
was able
Reinhardt,
to,
yeah,
yeah, the
yeah,
Reinhardt, he didn't really get to do much on that first map. He was trying to go from
yeah.
charges, trying to go from shatters, but he's just being outclassed by or Yusu basically winning out that tank fights. But actually, last time he did a lot of damage. He for every 10 minutes he was able to do about 7.8k damage, and was really a big deal on getting the frags there for the Overwine squadron. So we'll see what they're gonna do without the lethality of Kessler. It might go to show that his aggressive playstyle may work sometimes, may not work sometimes. It's gonna be very interesting to see here for Overwine. But now that they know that Invox is actually a pretty decent Echo flying around in the sky, do you think we'll see a double hit scan here from the side of Overwine? We already know that Dominici can play that Ashe, but will we see like a Widowmaker, a McCree, or something of the like? What do you think, Mr. Fascinate? What's the plan here for Overwine into this second map?
I have a feeling they're going to pull out the Torbjorn pick again, seeing that this is one of the maps where I can see a Torbjorn getting a bit more value, even though, like, especially on the first point. On the first point. But other than that, maybe they might switch back to their usual style of Winston Reinhardt, the two main tanks duo, and opt for something uh, not just experimenting with Echo, but going back to their root.
Yeah, but anyway, speaking of roots, though, let's just quickly get to the roots of this match and check out that result and this upcoming one. So Ilios taken there by UwUWatch 2-0, and in the meantime, Eichenwalde apparently gonna be our next map on the way. So remember, guys, we are still doing the 4-map system, one map per type. And if need be, we go back to control for that tiebreaker. No way anyone can tie on control, that's for sure. But hey, let's get back into this one. Let's get back into the match. Let's get back into the New Wave Invitationals. This is the first match of our night tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to be moving into Eichenwalde. Very interesting to see what kind of compositions these two teams will bring to the table. Let's get it all, let's get it done. Let's get into the match.
We saw right there that Kundak kind of hovered over the Winston, so I think we're going to see the double main tank duo again, and that makes sense because the last time they switched off of Kundak, they did that comp, right? And um, yeah, but for UwUWatch side, I'm not sure what they're going to try. Oh, they're going up for an Echo again.
It's
And a
Echo
Symmetra
time.
Hover.
It's
Yeah.
always Echo time right now for Invox, and Kadena actually playing the Symmetra. So an Echo Symmetra defense seems like there is going to be the choke point onto the Arcway. Going to be very important, of course, to keep the damage down with those laser beams to begin with. And speaking of the laser beam, Invox can go for the kill at any point in time. Really interesting that UwUWatch is going for the focus onto this Echo, Pocket Echo with the Mercy. And so far, it hasn't been punished actually by the side of Overwine. They are gonna try to go for the mirror. Guinness in the meantime playing that Reaper. And if I remember correctly, he was able to do a lot of potency earlier on against Overvex, especially against the Symmetric comp. And this might actually be the same case. Overwine gotta be basically prepared for this upcoming into this matchup. But we'll see how the execution of UwUWatch will differ from their previous opponents. As let's get it on, let's get it done into Eichenwalde. We go map number 2 out of 4 into this one. Fire Strike already tossed out by Noriusu, doesn't really get too much. And it's a very interesting copy here for Overwine. It's the Orisa and the Winston, not a pairing you see overall.
Right, and yeah, as you said, this is going to be interesting as to how Overwine adjusts now. And wow, Guinness getting 2 picks already over the side of UwUWatch, but he gets taken down immediately right after 2 kills. And but this is a strong footing over the side of Overwine because trades for the first point favors the attacker side, right?
Yeah, so this looking pretty good actually for the Overwine squadron. They are going to be able to get onto the point. And that's a big deal, especially against a Orion Zarya composition. Able to establish that polo, pushing them back all the way. And the Reinhardt might not be able to get any hammer swings to begin with. Navarro though going to get caught. Seems like Madame Mika will just get vaporized there by the turrets. And UwUWatch making sure that they are going to be able to get the retake. Good discipline here from UwUWatch actually. Especially seeing that these two teams are on the lower end of the spectrum in terms of SR. They gave up only a single tick, and that is really good discipline here, knowing a little more advanced natures of the gameplay, hanging on back, waiting for the rest to show on up, and Invox is now ready with the duplication. And for me, having the dude, wait,
look at the difference between
90 seconds in. Such a big deal.
Look at the difference between the ult charges between the 2 Echoes. 53 on Dominici, while Invox has his ult up already.
There you go, Invox turning into the Reaper. It's time for the shotguns to come on over. Immediately though, turning back into the Echo. And in the meantime, it's Guinness right now. Nana boosted on up. This is a big deal there, Mr. Fascinate. He's going to flank on the left-hand side. Elixirine though, gonna pop that Nana boost, giving it into the forefront. And it's time for Charlotte to do the damage that needs to be done. Dominici though, turning into Reinhardt as well. He's gonna be close to that Shatter immediately. Gets the pin on the Noriusu, allowing Guinness to get that kill. And the Death Blossom right now onto the point, just tearing everyone apart yet again, cutting everyone into ribbons. This is looking like this can't be a capture here, as UwUWatch is not going to connect because Invox is on to the other side.
That's really unfortunate for the side of UwUWatch, but a really good take, copying Arisu. And from what I saw a while ago, on the side of UwUWatch, they really like close range fights, right? And copying or duplicating the Reinhardt, Dominici just basically meant that they're going to have a hard time fighting close range.
Yes, really just with Dominici and Guinness just doing the damage needs to be done all the way in the forefront. They're able to outpower and outmaneuver their opponent onto that first point. Now Guinness gonna swap things over, and onto the McCree he goes. He's gonna take the high ground as well. Invox right now though. Flashbang fan the hammer, gonna get that kill, and 2 happy balls still on Pocket Invox duty. Seems like the strategy right now for UwUWatch is to get Invox those kills to keep the Mercy in position. Navarro though gonna res on up with Guinness, and Overwine right now looking in proper form. It seems like map number 2 is truly when Overwine starts to shine. And right now they have clanged their glasses and looking to celebrate that first point capture with the payload getting pushed onto the corners of Eichenwalde Castle.
Right, and now Invox going back to this is comfort pick, which is McCree, and leaving the Echo behind, while Dominici just sticking out with the Echo, and we'll see what he can do from here.
And here we go though with the Graviton Surge. Bar Grenade though, gonna be able to connect on 2, and Dominici fragging on at Focusing Beam, getting the kills. It does 4 times the damage when they are low HP, but Invox right now finding the formation that he needs. It's really easy to pick off that Echo, just floating around into the skylines, especially with the McCree. And now it's time for that Deadeye, good counterplay right here now from UwUWatch. Kodena in the meantime with that floating barrier, cutting off the payload from the rest of the attackers. And this is time for UwUWatch to go for the clean up crew. Dominici from the side though, from from the flank, trying to go for those sticky bombs, but it's just not gonna happen. And the red hand side's offense stagnating a little bit, but Guinness is trying to make things work with a pickoff onto Lexarine as well.
Guinness is just a free hit here. He's not really contested on the high ground, but here looking at Kadena is probably trying to get Guinness off of them, but fails to do so.
They die right now though from Guinness trying to make things happen. 1-for-1 trade right now. Kadena on that Reaper tears apart the Lavariel. Seems like the Mercy overextending there with the Guardian Angel. And Dominici gonna get punished as well. Oh no! Cheesy Panda!
No.
He got it. He got the hold, but it doesn't matter. UwUWatch again defending. This McCree Reaper comp is now such a good counter, basically against the Echo and all the frontline shenanigans that the side of the Overwine wants to do. So this is a very smart swap here from Kundap. He's gonna go on to over to the D.Va. Very good with that DM onto both the McCree and the Reaper. Self-destruct gonna be a potent tool to get the zone on as well. So for Overwine, I like the swaps right here, right now. We talked about them trying to go more into an off-tank natured approach, and this is exactly what they need to do. Play the
Right,
D.Va,
and
play the
control, especially controlling the high ground, which is what they're trying to do right now. This is where their comp is strong at versus UwUWatch, and they're positioning really well.
Look at that control though, in over he used to. He slams on down, gets the shatter, and poor Guinness caught in the crossfire. Seems like Overwine right now just had a little much to drink into this instance, and 45 seconds to go on their offense. Still playing onto the high ground. I really like this. A Cheesy Panda is trying to make things work with Guinness, but at the same time, Inbox is on the side. Ketrel needs to go for the peel. Charlotte in the meantime, Gravity Surge is available, and 2 Happy Balls still with the pocket play. Seems like though, look at how much damage that Cheesy Panda has been taking overall alongside Kundap. Really tank line, trying to go for as much tanking as possible. Dominici turning into the Reinhardt and gets the pin onto 2 Happy Ball. He's gonna be sad about that one. Goes for the shatter already. And still doesn't get killed onto the opposing Reinhardt. Really wants to go for Charlotte. Good market management there for the red hand side. They know the Gravity Surge was a tool to begin with. And Overwine getting the push onto the bridgeway in order to try to disengage. The corner though being cut already by the red hand side. The attackers touching that second point, and will they be able to get the capture? Contest though, courtesy of Kadena with that rate form. Invulnerability allows him to safe touch, and Cheesy Panda now gonna go down, grab the surge, catch us out, control both sides though with the dead eyes, and it's Guinness gonna be a cut above the rest, gets the wake onto one, make that two, flashbang right now into the Panda Hammer, but it seems like Overwine gonna need more, because that's the front line still into play. Charlotte, the only survivor right now. Overwine blows the Zarya up, Inbox turns into the Tracer instead, potentially to contest, but it's just not gonna happen. UwUWatch right now beaten back, but not broken. A mid-23 here for Overwine to get this offense on.
Keltral's heal nades are on point again for tonight, and he just heal banned or Reinhardt and Reaper, and that basically really sealed the deal for capturing this payload.
Yeah, and Keto has been doing so much healing. We said that last time that he likes to an aggressive approach, and in this time he is playing a little more defensive. Actually, we see some bio grenades.
It's really great.
Yeah, it's really good. Good improvement here for Kentrol. He can still have that potency to find those nades to begin with. He tries it onto Inorusu, doesn't happen. And interesting enough, Dominici is still playing on that Echo. Oh no, the Varial has to get on that. Guardian Angel does come back online. But this is now a problem here for the side of Overwine. Playing the Echo in such tight corridors like this makes it just such an easy way to get the takedown to begin with. But Dominici is close to that duplication, as Kadena will just mop the floor of this fight. Basically for UwUWatch to force the reset on out. A last chance here for the side of Overwine, Mr. Fascinate. And what do you think the plan
last
is?
Chance. Yes, and this is going to be a really hard push, seeing that UwUWatch has 5 ults incoming right now, and they only have Orisa ult and potentially just a few more ults. Like, we have to farm a bit. Potentially.
Though, it's gonna be a good tool as Charlotte now lets grab the surge in the backline, gets the stick, and both Dominici and the Lavariel are gonna be a tandem to the Remember and the tandem to die together. Valkyrie though from 2 Happy Ball right now keeping the top onto the DPS. It seems like the tank line right here, right there for Overwine, just overrunning the opposition. Nana Busanti the Orisa, making it pretty tanky. Inorusu to the floor, but Cheesy Bandit gonna wake up the Reinhardt, and Inorusu missing the shatter, but it doesn't matter because the Orisa is the only one left in this regard. And in the end, Dominici trying to come on back, doesn't duplicate anyone in time, and it's Overwine unable to finish up the map. UwUWatch defending the castle and will prevent the storm on. That's a defense here and now for the blue hand side that will last the test of time as we switch from sides. Big key points right now, Mr. Fascinate. What you got for me?
Initiating match.
from what I can see, really, Too Happy Ball is really on point with his Mercy right now. I like his positioning, playing very defensively, sticking to his teammates, and staying a bit whilst keeping a bit far away from his opponents that he won't get insta. And even if they had an echo, he didn't really pocketed him too much as you would want him to, and especially if the echo is pushing way too forward. And I think that's really good. As a support main, you have to know how to survive on your own.
Speaking of support mains though, I do want to bring this up. For Overwine, they have a pretty big lead on that healing count, but that is really just due to the fact UwUWatch is able to get some really good potency, some really good damage out of nowhere. They only have a 9-kill lead as a team, but the big deal right now is how much spam they're able to get the connection onto the tank line. More spam means that their ultimates come online faster, and for
Right.
UwUWatch, this is a pretty big deal to get the tempo in their favor. Speaking of healing though as well, Varial and Ketrol coming close to the averages from the previous matchup, 6.2 and 8k respectively to the 8k and 9k from the previous match. But here we go with the Semecha plays, and UwUWatch gonna mess it up. Someone,
Unfortunate.
fascinate. Someone watched this on YouTube, said we can do this, guys, and they did it on the wrong side. They did it on the wrong side of the bed. Very interesting though that neither team has played the Doomfist. We can see a lot of Doomfist rollouts here, specifically on Eichenwalde onto those rooftops, just really giving a little bit of flavor onto our match. But Cadena seems like it's just not gonna happen. You gotta go back to the drawing board at that one, buddy. As here for the blue hand side, UwUWatch transitioning over to the right already. We'll go for a pretty stand-up brawl, and Inbox inside the tunnel. That's a very risky position here for Inbox. It does pan out to get the kill, but Dominici now rests on up. Guinness right now playing the Echo as well, but a very ground game approach here from Overwine. What do you think with this Echo? Not really playing too much into the skies.
Right, and they're just getting bullied by the heal nades from Calcrawl and Dominici, just like basically controlling the high ground and spamming sticky bombs all over them. And it kind of made it awkward for UwUWatch to push, because seeing that everyone was either low or heal banned, and they probably just got scared, and now they switched to a Winston because they might have they think they want this Winston to be able to jump immediately
Yeah, it's interesting
on their
that
back
it goes for
lines.
the Winston. That's a pretty interesting point to make. I feel like a Diva again would be a very, very potent pick in rosters like this. But hey, a Nana Boost is a good game changer, that's for sure. Guinness right now though turning into the Reinhardt. Two main tanks for the price of one here for Overwine, but he's all alone right now. Can he get the shatter on? Here comes Charlotte yet again, leaping forward, and that forces Dominici in an awkward spot. Invex now taking care of the unduplicated Guinness after the focusing beam, and UwUWatch with one swap to get things done. This is looking more like a matter of comfort here, Mr. Fascinate, as you can say that the Diva can really do the same thing, but only better. But hey,
Right,
Charlotte
right.
made it happen.
Yeah, they made it happen with the Nano Winston, and even if I mean, if it works, right? No matter how much we say that one comp might be better, if it's really your comfort pick, then they can make it work as long
Yeah.
as you know what you're doing.
That's exactly the point. If you are better at a hero and you can make it work, then that is how you climb the ladder in Overwatch. But you see that Invax tried to go for a trick shot. Didn't happen, couldn't go into the highlight reel unfortunately. Bob though is available here for Dominici, staying on the right hand side, and the high ground taken right now for the Overwine squadron. They're looking to make sure that everything is gonna be fine and dandy from above. Here comes Too Happy Ball, gets the boop, and forces Cheesy
Too
Panda on the
Happy
low
Ball.
ground. Shatter also, but before he finally
Nice
gets it done.
scoop right there.
Yeah, he found it. He found the opportunity. And right now, Kundak trying to get the bomb on, but it just doesn't in the face of adversity, and it is not gonna happen. You will not survive, Baby Diva. And speaking of not surviving at all, it's Noriusu right now, and Charlotte just rampaging with those Ryan Winston. Team UwUWatch completely in control, and that front line getting the damage that needs to be done. Overwine looking a little worse for wear into the second points.
Oh, just again a really nice boop right there. Boop play from Too Happy Ball. Overwine had the best position they could ever have on that push, but Too Happy Ball just destroyed their position. And oh no, wow, a nice boop right there from Charlotte.
The
Really
big plays.
icing on the cake.
Look at that. Oh,
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 I
goodness.
almost
Oh,
won, but
goodness.
inbox finishing that game.
Goodness with the save, get saved, but
Yeah.
it's like, no, not gonna happen. Inbox actually getting some really good frags. He had such a good position covering that right tunnel, and as UwUWatch right
Right.
now, just gonna be 4 minutes into their offense. They only need to get halfway onto this point, and they're looking really solid. Interesting enough though, they are still gonna stick on this with the Maker, but it is gonna be a matter of momentum right now, because Inbox gonna get the headshot, takes care of Kodak. Really big improvement right now for Inbox. He's a relatively new player on the scene, but he has made a big splash through his page and has made some really big improvements along the way. Here comes the Nana Gusto online. Cheesy credit to the floor. Dominici gonna go on down. And this is UwUWatch just going for the frags. They forget about the payload just a little bit. Then they realize, hey guys, push that thing to fruition. Here comes Kundak right now, leaping on in, trying to get on away. And poor Kundak gonna go on down. And victory will go to UwUWatch. Another decisive win there. Second point, third point, complete snowball. And they figure things out with a Winston swap of all things into this push.
Right, from just the start of the second point on to the last one, they really just finished everything cleanly. They wouldn't. Overwine didn't have a chance to regroup properly, and UwUWatch took that advantage, just shoved it on them, and really really did some damage and just finished really fast.
Yeah.
Nicely done. That's all I
Really
could.
effective. It was very effective, Mr. Yuki. And again, we got some really good echo gameplay there, but it was a very interesting matter of Caterpix right now. We saw the McCrees actually come on out for the side of both teams. UwUWatch giving up the echo, playing inbox on that McCree, and it was such a good way to deal with the antics of Overwine for a good part of that second point. Onto the third though, feels like Overwine stuck too long with compositions that's not really going to be fighting really well on the inside, and that is the story of Eichenwalde. Anything else notice? We got some symmetric gameplay there from UwUWatch as well, but we didn't really see too much teleporter antics. It was just more or less they stuck on it because they were on it to begin with. But it is what it is, and UwUWatch right now with the 2-0 advantage. What will Overwine pick next into our upcoming map? And what do you think is going to be the tools here to change things up for Overwine? They had some really good formation there on Eichenwalde, but unfortunately, it just didn't lead to a victory. What else can Overwine do in a situation like this?
Right, the idea is there, but so sadly, it crumbles from very minute um, settings. Like, yeah, for example, what we saw there from the Lucio boop. Maybe they weren't really expecting that Lucio boop, so next time they should be really careful about things that could disrupt their positioning as a team.
Yeah, it's just, look, two happy bosses of straddle all along. Hey, hi guys, I'm here. Boop. Even the Orisa getting boop, which is a little, a little questionable because you do expect that the Orisa pops 45 just to stay in position,
But
and in the end,
really, the yeah, but
yeah, it's
really
there.
their improvement, like from the last match yesterday. Oh wait, is that it? No, the Tuesday.
Tuesday.
From tonight is like day and night. You can see that they really studied games from tier one scene, opting for that Reinhardt or this Torbjorn picks and mixing it up with Echo since she's available for everyone to use on this invitational.
Yes,
And
dude, it's
um,
live.
right, and I love how they control certain parts of the map, especially controlling high ground. And what they need to do more is how to create more advantages to their ideas.
And we'll see how that one is gonna go. As Junkertown gonna be our next map, but we will take a very short break, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, just for a little bit of a halftime, and we'll see if we can drag someone on in this out of nowhere. Wink, wink. You already know who it's gonna be. We'll be right back, guys, for the New Wave Invitationals. We are down to 2 maps already in our first match. Stick around, as we are still gonna have another match after this, so don't go away. We'll be back with some more Overwatch action. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we got Nalvariel or Madame Mika herself into our casting booth just a little bit to give us our courtside reports, our halftime reports. But honestly, by being on the ground, Mika, what do you think of Echo so far, and how is it to deal with the new hero?
First off, I should say this is probably some form of like in-game bullying. No, I kid. But yeah, Echo is incredibly dynamic. She's not unlike any other Overwatch hero so far, especially because of her ultimate. And I find her incredibly unpredictable at the moment. I guess it's because she's barely a week old, but she's definitely fun to play, and she's definitely fun to support. I mean, as like Mercy in the match earlier, you kind of don't need to touch the ground at some points because you have like when you have a Pharah flying around, when you have an Echo flying around, yeah, you barely do. But yeah, she's I did want to ask you about this. I'll probably ask you about this in our second match, but
Ooh.
yes, I find her really fun, and definitely one of those heroes that will turn the tide, especially in those clutch moments. Because like, come on, double rhymes, double diva bombs. I mean, who isn't annoyed by that? And like, if you're down one support, all Echo needs to do is, you know, steal the other team support, and now you have two again.
That's
It's
true. That's
really
true.
annoying, but
It's
I
a lot of
mean that in the
utility.
best way possible.
Yeah, so for me, guys, if you don't know that it's gonna be Mika actually here casting on our second match. So not only, should we get the list? Where's the piece of paper of my list of Mika's accomplishments in life? Oh, okay.
Stop,
You see
stop!
this
You
this
don't
this
need a
pad,
list.
this pad.
Yeah,
This is Mika's accomplishments in life, guys. So
you can
not
you can put down
only
the
is
pad.
she a producer for GG Network, a courtside reporter for the National, a
Can you
correspondent around
stop? That's
TV5, a host for parties and alike, making some costumes. You can say she's a cosplayer too, but mostly it's on the princess aspect. And she has had a TED Talk. She has gone above and beyond the Call of Duty, and right now she's adding to
all
her
right.
repertoire for
Thanks for the
being
report, Dax. I'm
for
gonna go
being a
back to the
team
team
captain
now.
as well as a caster. But thank you to a little bit of this halftime report from Nalvario, from Miss Mika, and we will be seeing her later on again, this time on the casting side. So again, double duty here for Mika, really trying to lead this Overwine team, working together with all her pals and buddies in the scene, just trying to have some fun. They are down two maps though, so they have their work cut out for them. That's something she's probably used to begin with. And right now, Mr. Fascinate, as we are going to be looking quickly into our map results and our upcoming map. Got Eichenwalde 1 out there by UwUWatch 3 to 2 and Junkertown coming our way. What do you think is going to be new here for Overwine to try and take some victories?
For Overwine, they need to be more assertive of their um, new ideas, like what they're trying out now with their comps, and from what they've researched. And again, for Overwatch, maybe they're going to offer another Widow or a long range style of um, fighting. Since did they pick Junkertown or Overwine?
It is Overwine picking all the maps right
Oh,
now.
right,
Remember,
right.
guys, our honor rules set real quick. Actually, let's get a little refresher. So again, guys, this is a PH only invitational. Team average SR is diamond and under, meaning a total of your team is diamond and under. There can be master players, there can be GM players, but still it reaches to a diamond and under total. We do 4 maps per match with the 5th man if necessary. 1 map per type, and control is our tiebreaker. And yeah, go matchups that assigned on the different on availability. We got a waste based system. We don't got hero bans. We got the attacking side picking the winning side rather picking if they are gonna be attacking or defending first, and the losing side gonna be the one picking the map that is to be played next. But it seems like we are oh no, so it seems like there is a little bit of an issue right now for one of our two teams. So we will give them a little bit of a break on to the gameplay. But let's just talk instead. Let's go back to being a talk show, Mr. Yuki. So
Right.
a few things I noticed from the previous 2 matches is for the side of UwUWatch, they really are able to get some very good damage on their side. It feels like for Overwine, they're not really doing the best job in doing protection or able to mitigate damage from happening, but instead their tank line is actually the ones really face tanking with their bodies. And this is a twofold thing. UwUWatch is able to get some really good ult charges from them. You can see that Invox is getting pretty quick duplications. I don't still have a proper stat on the average ult for a Echo, but I
Right.
feel like around 90 seconds is fine for how long it takes. I feel like it's gonna be like 75 to 80 for some of the tier 1 seed, but hey, 90 seconds isn't bad whatsoever. It really just goes to show the angles that UwUWatch is able to take, and Overwine in the meantime not really able to use whatever barriers they have to the fullest degree.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, and it just goes to show that the Overwatch really knows how to take advantage of the enemy's like misplays.
Yeah, it's just how it is, and it's all about positioning here. And now we'll see though on Junkertown. It's gonna be very, very interesting, of course, as we will see a lot of dynamic space to play on. Maybe those snipers gonna come on now to just try and deal with the Echo to begin with. But hey, into the Outback we go. This is the steakhouse. This is gonna be basically those desert tunes, and into Koala Express, into the map we go for our escort map type. And it's Junkertown coming our way, map number 3 out of 4. Overwine gonna be attacking first, as UwUWatch gonna be looking to set the bar on this defense.
What are your expectations going into this map? Since this is Overwine's map pick, what do you think they're going to try and do in this match?
I'm really looking forward to hopefully finally playing the Junkertown Starward and just play double sniper. But hey, it's not gonna happen again. You know, Overwatch picks Junkertown, and I expect Widowmaker Hanzo. I don't get it. I expect at least Ashe and Widowmaker, Ashe and Hanzo's McCree Ashe, but no, I still don't get it. Instead, we get the Echo and the Reaper. Now, this is a very interesting comp to run for Overwine, especially on the first point, because if Overwine is unable to get to the spaces that they need to be in at the proper times, this Reaper pick will blow up in their face. It is just really good sidelines right now for the defense. UwUWatch having that Widowmaker, having that McCree, and even playing the Halt and the Hook. This is going to be looking pretty difficult on the offense, but we'll see if they can make it work here for Overwine, as the Ryan and the Winston on that double main tank, yet again, something they're very, very comfortable with. It's really, really going to be a tough task, though, for Overwine, as they move to the payload, and UwUWatch going to be keeping notice and keeping track of the opposition. Onto the right-hand side, Inbox staying on, getting some sightlines there onto Dominici. So Overwine still going to be sticking on with the Echo Reaper and flying on the round of the map, but a big deal truly is going to be Inbox and Jack. So a substitution here for UwUWatch. We're going to see Jack on the board, Little Varl also taking a break. Got Kessler killing Dak going to be coming on in, and Kentrol Cheesy Panda on that support line. So shots right now keeping on coming, sticky bombs connecting on the Jack, and in the meantime, Dominici going to be going on down yet again. Quick little shoutouts though as the fight going on for Mizzle with the transition. You guys like the production value, you can check out Mizzle at dlsmizzle.com. Jack right now though fragging on out. Here comes Guinness onto the high ground, and a special shout out as well to the support of UwUWatch, Elixirine. Check out their Facebook page at Elixirine Arts, and that is gonna be basically an art show as well here onto the support line of UwUWatch as they defend onto this first engagement. But here for the side of Overwine, at least that's somewhere they want to be in for this first point of Junkertown.
And this is Overwine showing their comp's weakness, as they couldn't quite reach UwUWatch's side, because they have to use a lot of resources in order to get up there. And by the time they use their jumps, they use their teleports, they're going to die from burst. Winston jumping a hog is not the best idea, and like two ranged heroes such as McCree and Widow is a really hard thing to dive as Reaper.
Yeah, and the Reaper is trying to go for the teleportation plays, but it's always spotted out all the time. And UwUWatch is just so on point right now. Charlotte has been just goading the Reaper as much as possible. Sure, the hooks haven't really been connecting, but the fact that the Reaper has to use the raid form early to try and avoid the scrap gun damage while teleporting, it seems like it's just not panning out. Dominici though gonna go back into the Ashe. Ketrel moving over to the On as well. I like this a little better here for Overwine. They are gonna utilize the map into its fullest degree. 2 minutes on the clock though has already elapsed, and the offense of the right-hand side really stagnating into this forefront. Anyway, though, Inbox right now having to disengage. It seems like Nova goes trying to get on away. But there comes the Death Blossom, and down it goes immediately! What a headshot there from Inbox! UwUWatch gonna be happy about that one. Doesn't have to deal with the ballet recital. And a quick execution there from UwUWatch. Overrun has the retreat, turns it into the Sombra instead. But in the meantime, guys, let's just check that one out real quick. Huge headshot there from Inbox. Sees the Raper go for the DB, but it just doesn't pan out. And UwUWatch right now defending onto the standard corner here on Junkertown. Will this payload get any progress whatsoever? Jack though with the shots. Deadeye gonna be available already for the Kree. And Kodak immediately spotted. This is gonna take a while for the Winston to get that Primal Rage in this formation. And without really committing on the dive, it is really just Overwine getting some good damage to begin with. I feel like that's another real big issue that UwUWatch has more damage in their department. As really with the Winston just jumping on and freely taking all those shots. Kentrol getting some good healing. Shark Cheesy Panda will have the same case, but at the same time, that is Jack and as well as Inbox looking to get their ultimates faster, looking for the kills, and making sure it's gonna be pressure along the way. But Jack right now with that Deadeye, seems like UwUWatch gonna get pushed back. Guinness coming closer and closer to that EMP, and Kentrol right now holding on to that Nano Boost. Valkyrie though from Too Happy Ball, trying to fly on the way. Dynamite getting the value there. Charlotte will get hacked up as well. No way to get the heals going, and Kessler rampaging right now. Overwine finally finding the formation that they need. They got the push that they need. The Coalescence was a good Titanier as well, and with a little bit of time remaining, it seems like the point will be taken here by the Overwine squadron. Elixirine, even though she does like to make some art, it seems like Kessler is going to be using the hammer there to has his own canvas instead. But in the meantime, right here, right now, Infrasight is primed by Inbox, looking for a target or two. Shadow available as well as the Ash, so Overwine can have a good tool to actually utilize into getting some takeout here for Ball Express. You can put Bob by the takeaway stand and make him order the food that you want while pushing that payload. But jokes aside, well, that is Domination getting taken down by Jack. He has shown on up good substitution here, does a lot of damage with the McCree. And it really goes to show UwUWatch with their DPS line loving the Cowboy Bebop in the first place. But Kundak right now gonna get D-Mech again, driving on over all by his lonesome, and that's way too damage right now from UwUWatch. They have the Widow, they have the McCree, and every single time you fly up right there without the Demon in position, it's just gonna be free shots all around. Speaking of free shots, Inbox yet again, fragging on out, 2 kills on the board. Dominici with the Dynamite, but it doesn't matter, because Inbox gonna get on the way, gets the headshot to connect, and this has turned into the den of the spider, and it looks like we are all stuck in Inbox's web, and we are just living in his world. And with 28 to go, we'll see how Overwine is gonna play things out. And UwUWatch right now, just so on board with that kill cut. It seems like the only time Overwine has won that fight was the only time they got the push. Even in, oh, Jack! Sees Guinness translocate, sees Guinness turn invisible in front of him, we'll get that takedown. But as I'm trying to say, the only time Overwine really won a fight was the one they got the push on. Halfway to the first point, UwUWatch gave them the ground as they were defending on the high ground, and that first point capture was the only thing Overwine has in terms of success. They're suffering not under success, but absolute defeat right now. Absolutely getting crushed by UwUWatch, who is in such an astronomical lead. It really goes to show when you have the wrong composition to start things off, it really is just momentum falling apart at the seams. It's like a brick by boring brick getting broken on down, and in no reason to even get a stagger onto Kundak in the first place.
Is my will.
For UwUWatch though, still staying on the high ground. Inbox right now sees the Venom Mine, sets it up. Infrasight gonna be available. Kundak though did go for a bomb apparently, and it was nowhere the same area code as the rest of the opposition. That I though gonna get primed. Dominici right now got tossed on over with the bomb. Here comes Guinness though with that EMP, and Inbox trying to get on away. Big EMP there from Guinness, but unfortunately it just doesn't pan out. Charlotte right now gonna go for the hook. Inbox in the meantime priming that Infrasight, and on the high ground stays in Orisu. Here comes the push though, and it's a Nanoboost onto Dominici. We'll see if the Alpha Ash can actually get the gangs on and lead his team to victory. But it's Jack just getting some frags on the board again. High ground right now, dropping on low. Flashback connecting, blinding the Ash, and that is just gonna be a dazzling affair here from Jack. Sees the Diva as well. Kundak gonna go down. UwUWatch right now with another perfect defense. Stalwarts that they are, and with a huge lead. They will half the point of Junkertown, half the map, and defend by the second point. Interesting affair here right now, and it seems like UwUWatch has gotten off to a strong debut in the New Wave Invitationals.
Initiating match.
Anyway, there you go yet again, ladies and gentlemen, another round under the belt of UwUWatch. Overwine though, they will have a good chance to defend that first point, even though their attack didn't really pan out the way they wanted it to. If they play the right composition, if they play the right ways, I feel like on the defense they can really make up the lost ground. Now thinking about the composition they played initially, I would expect them to actually play into the forefront. On the defense, here on Junkertown, two different ideals to go around with. If you play onto the first point and play a CQC comp, you can put someone onto the right hand side, go for the chokehold. The Reaper with just so much damage mitigation with some barriers out in front, gonna be a good way to deal about it. But in the meantime, UwUWatch has a different plan on the board. It seems like a match is gonna be in order, and it might be the pirate ship looking to set sails on the desert dunes here in the outback. Overwine right now though, playing that Ryan Winston yet again, and interesting enough they are going to play on that high ground. This is not the right decision here for Overwine, because they will only have the Ashe for the high ground for the long range distance. It would be better though if Kessler, Kundak, Guinness, and Chasey Panda play into the forefront, Dominici and Ketrel playing out to the high grounds. But we'll see right now how Overwine is going to adjust this, because UwUWatch will have a free time to set up with Jack on the Bastion. Here we go right now. A reckoning might be coming for the side of Overwine. And Jack looking to get in position, but Invox already with the first frag. Guinness, you're holding shotguns, man. You're not going to be able to play the long range game whatsoever. Dominici tracked down by Invox. Absolutely great tracking. Kundak right to the leap on in. And Too Happy Ball is like, I got you, bro. I got you back. I got you back, fam. I got you right here, right now. And I've been pocketing you all throughout this map. Jack has just fragged out UwUWatch right now, tearing everyone apart, and Overwine gonna be back to the drawing board. Looking very difficult here for Overwine, again outclassed by UwUWatch into this instance, and I feel like here for Overwine they have the right ideas but they're just executing on the wrong way. A little more study and a little more practice gonna be such a good deal for Overwine, because they will just need to be comfortable in how to play the maps that they pick in the first place. Payload now gonna get picked on up, Jack in the meantime tearing everyone apart, and here for UwUWatch it is just an absolute clinic. They're pushing on forward, Overwine having to hide on the inside. But kudos right now to Guinness. He's just trying his best to get the damage done to begin with. But he has been falling a lot. He will fall on down yet again. Elixir on that Matisse. Throwing that eye field, making sure that the Reaper cannot get anything done. And this is just the pain train looking to run on over to the next station. The subway surfers right now gonna be running onto those tracks. And in this instance, Cheesy Panda with that coalescence gonna be a potential way to deal with things. Biotic Orb tossed as well. But Overwine is not committing their full unit. And Kundak gonna get blown on up. They have to retreat right here, right now, in order to use a bar grenade on up. That's a big one there from Ketrel. Another huge play there from the Red Ana. And it's time right now for Overwine to turn things around. And Nano Boost yet again. Ketrel showing that an absolute heavy play here from the support line. Charlotte with the flux catches out Kessler and will throw the rock onto the face of the Mortar as well. Here comes Kundak right now trying to really just outmaneuver Charlotte. And it still seems like UwUWatch having the advantage. It was such a huge nade there from Ketrel. Such a huge play. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. With the Baby Diva, the only one left, Kundak gonna go on down, and the payload will be pushed by the UwUWatch squadron. They will take Junkertown 2-1, but this was an absolute clinic here on this escort map.
Play of the game.
Play of the game goes over to the UwUWatch squadron, and Elixirine will deserve that one, making sure to get some protection on as Jack just decides to tear everything apart. There you go with the shots, and we saw a lot of potency there from UwUWatch. The Bastion sets on up, just destroys everything, and that was the show there on Junkertown. We'll see though if Overwine can get a map back. They were able to do so last time in their Tuesday matchup, but this is already a victory here for UwUWatch. We will only get 4 maps into this matchup. And in the meantime, guys, we'll see what's gonna be next. Overwine though with a pretty tough situation. Can they actually come back as we get to CP next on the list? Seems like that was just a clinical approach there from the UwUWatch squadron. And right here, right now, we'll just be updating these results real quick. Junkertown taken by UwUWatch, and that was a 2-1 victory. That didn't look like a 2-1 victory at all. Very effectively done by UwUWatch, setting up with the Bastion to begin with. And the only time that Overwine really had a chance at it was the time to just keep things up to begin with. So we'll see right here, right now, as we are gonna go into the map number 4. But in the meantime, we are looking to get our next teams on the list, and we'll be right back real quick, guys. We're just going to be focusing on a few technical issues on ours end, and we will be back in a minute for our last map for our first match in the new Wave Invitationals. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it's gonna be time to get into our fourth and final map for this match. Remember though that we are still gonna have another match after this, and that's gonna be on the higher echelons of those rankings as we washed up homies facing off against Meme Guard, and we'll see if Meme Guard gets some retribution after a little bit of a disappointing show against Waminagi. In the meantime, washed up the homies making their debut as well. So we got two debuting teams coming in to the New Wave Invitationals. We have 6 teams right now, and 2 slots are still available and up for grabs, and we're basically making it a little more public, so if you guys are interested to hop on it and join, feel free to do so. Remember though that this is a PH only Invitationals, and we are getting a few swaps here and there. Overwine right now going to be running Blackrock and Kessler actually for their upcoming map, which is going to be Volskaya Industries. In the meantime, UwUWatch going to be defending yet again. They have felt comfortable being in control of the tempo, and they have felt comfortable just dominating the action. Here we go though with our map results so far. Ilios, Eichenwalde, and Junkertown all taken there by UwUWatch, but can the side of Overwine actually get things done, as Kodana now going to be coming on in for Jack yet again, and UwUWatch back onto their core. But let's see how this one's going to go. Let's get it on. Let's get it done. Into map number 4 we go. As it's time to get into the fray, it's time to see what Volskaya Industries is all about. And hopefully this one gonna be a lot better here for the Overwine Squadron. It seems like though their map picks, they're not really taking advantage of their map picks too much, but this might be it. We've seen them really show up on Volskaya to begin with. They have shown up to get some really good potency on this 4th map, and I feel like the Overwine Squadron can have some good potential to begin with to try and get things done. Discipline is a key factor, and Overwine does have it. It really is just the inexperience shining on for the red hand side. But hey, they have a last chance to get a map. They have a last chance to get on the board and make it so that they are not going to get swept here by the UwUWatch Squadron. As it's going to be time to get into Volskaya. The Siberian waste right here, right now, going to be an icy affair, and Overwine going to be looking to get chilled on and try to get a little more fight in them before the match ends. So in the meantime, guys, let's get it on, let's get it done, and let's get into the game. UwUWatch gonna be defending yet again, looking to just dominate the action and really set the tempo all the way. It seems like that not really too friendly. It hides a very, very scary face, a scary facade. And honestly, I'm a little scared right now by the fangs of this UwU. It's not really an UwU, it's more of an OWO, and it really is just gonna be the sharpest fangs of all, looking to get the chop on onto Overwine's side. But in the meantime, here for Overwine, we are gonna see Kessler and Blackrock look to roll on out into the front line. Blackrock, I feel like this is his first affair actually showing on up, so we'll see how Overwine again is going for these swaps to begin with Dominici, though still staying onto that Ashe. Guinness right now onto the Reaper, and it seems like after the first debut of the Echo flying on around, UwUWatch as well as Overwine has calmed down on the new hero. It's gone back to compositions that they are very comfortable with and that they are very familiar with to try and blow everything apart. Anyway though, Hanzo on the high ground. Here comes the Bacheloretta of Cadena set on up as well. And in the meantime, there's gonna be the push on in. Kessler and Blackrock looking to get in position. Shots now keeping on coming as well with the fusion cannon. And in the meantime, here comes Kessler, here comes Blackrock looking to push onto the right hand side right now. Overwine can potentially go to the high ground. Can it be a good way to actually contest this? But it seems like they are transitioning over to the opposite angle and the opposite side of the high ground. And this is, I feel like here for Overwine, this isn't really the best idea. They don't have that much long range damage. They have to deal with the Hanzo and the Bastion. And Kessler and Blackrock are very close quarter oriented. They had the right idea earlier on to force UwUWatch to go to the low ground or transition over to the other side. And the only way for them to break the barriers of both the Orisa as well as the DM is that Ashe to begin with. So Slow and Steady wins the race going for the push on over, but they lose Blackrock already. And even though here for the side of Overwine, they're trying to have the right ideas, they don't have the proper execution. Kessler now getting dropped on down. The Reinhardt torn apart easily. Guinness trying to come on forward. Is it gonna happen? And just UwUWatch looking to destroy everyone yet again. Cadena, Bastion again, sets on up right here, right now. Caesar on the straight line is gonna say thank you very much. This is a point and click adventure for me. LucasArts gonna be happy that they have a new game on the board because Cadena just tears everyone apart. Now the big idea here for Overwine is to go for the push onto the Bastion on that high ground, force them down. They had the initial starting idea to actually go over to the right hand side, but they relented and play on the opposite angle instead. Now that can work if they had one of two things. Long distance damage, oh, and Vox catches out Guinness, which they do have on the Ashe, but that's pretty much it. Or a speed boost. But we haven't seen Lucia too much here in our series. Overwine really adverse to the speed boost T, and not really using the tempo plays that they need to gap close against UwUWatch. In the meantime, UwUWatch using it only like on Eichenwalde with the big play there from 2 heavy ball, but that's it. They have been very focused right now on more stable healing compositions, and Overwine sadly looking very lost in what to do. It really is sometimes very difficult to deal with the Bastion when you're inexperienced as an Overwatch player. It's one of those heroes that it feels like it's invincible if set up right, and honestly, when you don't have the experience to deal with it in the first place, the coordination, well, it's just gonna be so much damage being done in the first place. Cadena has had a good time setting up here, and now Overwine in the meantime down below, just getting torn apart. And this has turned into a massacre. UwUWatch really showing that they are here to play. They are here to destroy. And it took them an extra week to get ready, but that week was more than worth it. The D.Va gonna be coming online, and hopefully we see UwUWatch fare off against the rest of the teams in the Invitationals very soon. But right here, right now, 3 ultimates ready to go. Supercharged available here for Inourisu. Overwine in the meantime going on to the right hand side. The Biotic Guard getting bounced around yet again. Moira, Ursi, and the Moira. All about the healing here, and now Valkyrie Coalesce is gonna be big tools of the trade. But Cadena right now, we're gonna have the Amp Ajax out in front. Now here for Overwine, they can wait things out. They don't need to go in, but never mind, that's gonna be the destruction of the Overwine squad yet again. It's not just the glass being broken, it's the full bottle emptied on out, cracked on down, and just really slitting the throats here of Overwine because it's Inourisu. Beautiful halt there, getting the catch onto everyone onto the other side, and this is just way too much by this point. We're seeing how this one is gonna go, and hopefully we can get things done here and now for the side of Overwine, as they will have one last chance to go about things. Here comes the Lucio. I love this from GC Panda. They have realized the problem and they will try to make things work, but it's a little too late already. Overwine can have one last chance at this. Bob gonna be a good tool actually get the contest. I feel like putting the Bob onto the point, gonna be stalling for a time. Here comes the push on in though. Bob right now from Dominici gonna be all the way to the side, and that is gonna be a little bit of a touch there. Guinness in the meantime flying on over, and the focusing beam gonna get that takedown. Self-destruct though into the middle, and that's gonna be a big one from Charlotte. Takes care of the Bob, the Lucia and the D.Va. Cadena back into the fold, gets rest on up there, and in the meantime, Guinness right now turning out the Orisa, gonna be back into the Echo, and it seems like that's gonna be the only sound we hear from Guinness, as UwUWatch will defend with a full hold, and that is how you play the Bastion, and that is not how you try to counter that one. Sadly for Overwine, they had the ideas at the last moments, but it just didn't pan out. One fight is not enough to get things to work. There you go, guys. UwUWatch right now, one tick away from a clean sweep. And Overwine has to be kicking themselves. Honestly, though, this is a big learning experience here for Overwine, and I feel like as soon as they watch these VODs, as soon as they are able to get some more practice on, they will have the tools that they need to really deal with competitions like this. Because from what I've heard from Overwine, is they have such a good work ethic. And realizing situations like this that they cannot figure out on their own with a little bit of support from external factors, maybe some coaching, maybe some people helping them out in the VOD reviews and the like, I feel like that's something that they can work on. And here with the new Invitationals, since it is the Team PH core working on it, it's something we can really offer to begin with. It's not really a big deal right now, but as soon as we get our A teams going, it might be, you know, something we build on next, as the New Wave Invitationals is really just step by step, brick by brick, something we are trying to form for the PH scene. And I've been having a lot of fun. It seems like Mr. Fascinate is back. How was our
Yes,
Lord and
I
Savior?
am back. Yes, feels good, man. But yeah, but something to note. Last match it was the Symmetra. This match it was Bastion. So yeah, a lot of time to adjust, and I think these kind of cheesy strats, they have a hard time adjusting. And now another cheesy strat here, teleporting behind.
Flag,
But
flag, but ooh, the May gonna get the catch, and Kessler
yeah.
Guinness gonna be on it. He's gonna go for the charge and gets the pin, but it's the Arisa getting caught on, and that's a nade again from Ketchwell getting to Kadena in the meantime, still staying on the Bastion, attacking Bastion this time, a lot hard to execute on, and this is gonna be a defensive for Overwine. It feels like UwUWatch is having a little too much fun right now. They still need to respect their opponents, and yeah, the Bastion on the attack ain't gonna happen, ain't gonna fly. Too happy ball with the reset. Overwine defending by this first minutes.
I like how they aggress on the Bastion before they set up on the high ground, because that would have been a much harder position to defend on. And but I think it was a bit too early for Guinness to dive inside, and that could have been cleaner, but they were able to defend it. So
Let's see if this
kudos.
one's gonna pan out. There we go with the charge already. And in the meantime, Norius getting bounced around. And oh, she's gonna hit Kessler instead. Advantage here and now for the offense. And the resurrection from 2 Happy Ball gonna be a big deal as well. Kadena still staying on the Bastion, trying to really attack with that recon mode. Guinness gonna get caught out by Charlotte, the baby diva, packing the punch. And here comes the pain train that is in Norius. Every single step that he takes is just the slow creeping death, the slow realization that this match is over. Invox gonna go for a reset just for no reason. And UwUWatch will take the match 4-0. GG's well played, but UwUWatch has shown such a dominant affair and a strong debut in the New Wave Invitationals.
Play of the game.
Very strong indeed. And yeah, showing us some very classic strats right here. Bastion, pirate ship, and yeah, I'm really glad that they joined the invitations. So we were able to witness these kind of strats here in this tournament, where I
Yeah.
thought I wouldn't be able to see them, to be honest.
Hey, it happened and it worked. And you know, executing
Right.
on the Bastion is a matter of communication and discipline. And yeah, UwUWatch able to make it happen, able to execute, and will win out the series 4-0. Seems like the full hold 1 tick cap is all they needed to move on over for a clean sweep. But hey, what do you say about Overwine and their antics and trying to really deal with the Bastion? It's pretty obvious what they did wrong, but what were some of the key things that they were trying to really adjust into to answer back against that defense? Feels like there were a few swaps that they were trying to do, and they have some really interesting rotations. But beyond that, I guess it really had to do with the fact that they didn't have the proper tools, the proper heroes, and it seemed like that was an issue there for the side of Overwine for quite a while. What do you think fascinates?
Yeah,
Like, what is
exactly.
up them?
Right. That's what I think is happening. Like whenever they are experiencing like these bizarre, or not exactly bizarre, but not the most conventional strats, like these cheese strats, they kind of get flustered a bit, and they're trying to gather like what should we do, or how should we go about this, or how should we defend, how should we attack. And yeah, It's a matter of adapting a bit faster because we saw that the they had the idea of switching to Lucio, right? On the first like on the last attack, and we also saw the idea of like rushing in before they set up on their defense. So they had they already had the idea, but it came on late. So what they need to do now is like try and think of like not forget about these kind of experiences so that in the next upcoming games, if ever their next opponent would come up with the same ideas or the same strats, they're very much well prepared for it.
Yeah, it's all about preparation, I feel. It's all something that the side of Overwine needs to really do. Because, like I said before, they have the work ethic in behind them. And I feel like they are really here to improve. They know they are a little bit on the bottom end of the totem pole. But with the system we have in place, they are learning more and more about the community and learning from one another. Learning with some fellow members of the community through here and outside the invitationals, and they will have a long way to go, but I can see that their journey has only started. But anyway, we'll see a quick little map recap. Map results right now. That's a pretty UwUWatch centric result tab right there, my friend. It's Ilios, Eichenwalde, Junkertown, and Volskaya Industries, all taken by UwUWatch. 2 to 0, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, and 1 to 0. But the last two maps really just all UwUWatch right there, all them, all day. And we will get a representative of UwUWatch real quick into for our small little interview. So stick around, guys. We'll be getting into that in just a bit. And then afterwards, we'll take a very short break, fix things up for match number 2. That one is going to be Washed Up Homies versus Meme Cord. So don't go away. New Wave Invitational is still having a lot of content for you guys to consume. And we'll be right back after this short interval. So, welcome back, guys. And he got Charlotte here, the team captain, apparently, of Team UwUWatch. Gonna be having a little bit of our post game interview. How are you feeling, Charlotte, after a strong 4-0 against Overwine?
Ah, ano pa rin, shock pa rin. Pero ano, um, tina-try pa rin namin i-calm yung nerves namin. Kahit tapos na yung game, medyo, I don't know. Wala, we're still, okay naman. Feeling great.
It feels like you guys haven't shaken off your victory yet, and you guys did absolutely great. You showed up with a lot of your compositions. You showed up with really strong play all around, and then you just decided, hey, we're gonna really steer this match to our direction and play pirate ship and play bastion. And
Yeah.
what was the idea there? Why suddenly bring out the bastion for the last half of this match? What happened there?
Ano naman, kasi we've been playing together na as a team. Ever since nabuo nga kami for the Invitational. So, medyo alam na namin yung kung ano yung galaw ng bawat isa. So, wala lang. Siguro sa ano rin namin sa competitive games. Kasi lagi kami nagko-comp together. So, medyo ang hirap i-explain eh. Pero yun nga, kasi gusto namin, or I don't know.
I love this. This is one of those situations like, I don't know. It's like we just want to do this. It's like, oh,
Yeah. Parang,
yeah,
sige,
yeah.
try natin to.
Oh, diba? Diba? It's
Might
like,
work, it might not. So,
yeah, just
yeah.
want to do it. It's like, let's just do it, right? There you go.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey,
we
Bastion,
don't
why
tell
not?
you naman eh. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude,
why not?
I feel like I'm on the same wave than Charlotte right now. I can feel that this interview is
No, kasi
perfect.
this is our first,
Yeah.
this is our first invitationals or actually parang ito yung first scrim formally tournament, I don't know. So medyo shaky pa. Yeah, nakabahan pa ako. And kami, I think, yeah, as a team.
Yeah, you guys did
Yeah.
absolutely great. So how does it feel actually? This is your first map in the New Wave Invitationals. It did take you guys a little bit longer to set your team up, even though you guys were the first ones to actually get invited. What do you feel about this setup right now, especially trying to introduce one another to different members, different stacks of the PH scene?
Mm-hmm. So madali lang kami nabuo kasi with Invox, we've been playing na especially C2 Happy Balls, Elixirine, kaming tatlo, we've been playing a lot. Tapos si Vanilla, teammate ko siya dun sa, team ko siya with my high school friends. So, pinasok ko siya, in-invite ko siya. And then, si Jack, yan, lagi ko rin siya nakakalaro. So, parang combine ko na lang yung mga players na lagi ko nakakalaro. And, yun. Yun lang.
Dude, I think it's solid. I think that's a solid way to go about things. And that is the point naman of the New Wave Invitationals. It's like, you guys play with each other. You guys play 6. And then it's like, why not play with other PH stacks? And this is how it pretty much started. So it really goes to show. We saw earlier on, it was thanks to Fascinate and Yumi, who really discovered this squad, the UwUWatch squad, and from Invox and Co. And we saw how you guys did customs again with one another, and we were like, you gotta invite these guys too, because they're missing out on the rest of the community. And right now, this is gonna be basically the representative of their whole group here for the side of UwUWatch. It really is cool to see them really perform in such a big way. And how does it feel right now? What do you think is like the comfortable things to do into the game, especially with Echo out? What do you think about the newest addition of Echo? And at the same time, what do you guys think you can do to answer it? Because we saw some creep play actually to try and deal with the flying moth all around the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the new hero, Echo. So we've been trying to play around Echo, as a team. So tinatry namin i-incorporate siya sa comp namin. And as for Echo, as a kalaban, medyo makakulit kasi yung Echo eh.
Yeah, it's true. It flies so fast,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah, and medyo bago pa lalo yung mga interactions, yung yung mga tunog, sound cues, medyo nakakapanibago pa. So, ayun, siguro practice pa kami.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It really is just about more about practice, and that was also what the invitation is about. You're gonna be able to get more matches into the future, and we're gonna be hoping that they are gonna be available also next week. We'll see though. We'll see how our setup is gonna be because we have 16s right now. Maybe we can rotate, or maybe we can actually have 3 matches every week. It's gonna be very very interesting, which is one thing that we are doing right now in a way. So here for Mr. Charlotte, I actually have one more question for you before I let you take the lead real quick. What made you
Uh,
change your name? Like you had another account to submit in, and then you're gonna be bringing out the Charlotte one instead. What's up with that? What's the story?
Wala lang, kasi it felt na medyo baka isipin nila toxic yung name na yun, nerf me please. So, doon na tayo sa neutral. Kaya
Yeah,
Charlotte na lang. Yeah,
yeah.
because I believe na as a community, we need to be, respectful and friendly towards each other. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. And it's all about respect. It's all about being nice. But North Please, I feel like it's a very confident name, and I like it. I like it enough. It doesn't feel it's at the edge. It's a little bit on the boasting side, sure, but it really is just about how confident you can be. And it was fine when we saw it. It's like this is a fine name, but hey, if you want to be more of the Charlotte side, no problem there. And it's really really nice that you think about the community as well. So Mr. Charlotte, thank you for your time today. I just want to ask real quick if you want to shout out anyone or everyone who has been supporting you. Who do you want to quickly mention on stream?
Um, so sa team ko, thank you for for having fun and for performing. So thank you for carrying me. Tapos sa friends ko, um, over gods and yeah, thank you for supporting me and everyone sa mga friends ko sa Overwatch. And na naging kaibigan ko na rin in real life. So, thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there you go. That's Mr. Charlotte right there. How about you, Mr. Fascinate? Anything you want to ask Charlotte before we actually leave it here?
no questions, but just really nice first debut game. Proud of you guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
proud papa. We've seen Fascinate actually joining those customs. It's just
Yeah.
like he bullies you guys, no? He's an absolute bully, no? What do you
Wow.
what,
Ako ba yung bully?
De, sobrang insightful ni Coach Fascinate.
no, alam mo, parang gumagano siya, nag-reflect siya, World Cup! Not just one, but 2 World Cup! Ganun si Fascinate, guys. Like, not gonna lie, that is the representation of Fascinate right there. That is his spirit animal right there. But thank you to Charlotte for hopping on, and thank you for giving the time. And we hope to see you into future matches, and good luck to you and your squadron into the future of the New Wave Invitationals. Of course, your scoreline, your stats gonna be recorded into our stats sheet that you guys can check out, of course, on the Discord or in the rule set. But here and now, guys, it's time to turn it off for match number 1. It's time to get on back and go to a different map into a different match rather. Washed Up Homies versus Meme Court gonna be coming your way, and we'll give them a few minutes. We'll also take a quick little break. Of course, we're gonna be starting a little off time as that match did go a little longer than expected, but you can expect that is gonna be Washed Up Homies versus Meme Court coming your way very very soon, so stick around for that one. Last chance to check out those results. 4-0 here for UwUWatch, winning out Ilios, Eichenwalde, Junkertown, and Volskaya Industries. Overwine, you guys can get them next time. I believe in to the Overwine squadron to really improve into the future. But that is it for match number 1, and that is it for Mr. Fascinate, as we are going to be swapping the co-casters and getting Madame Delavario, Miss Mika, going to be going on in this time. From team captain to caster, going to be very, very interesting. So Mr. Fascinate, anything you want to say before you head on out for tonight?
Uh, Nothing, but that's it for me. I'll pass the torch on to Miss Nilavariel. Take it away.
Take it away indeed. So there you go, guys. That was match number 1, and we will be right back. This has been the first match of today's New Wave Invitationals, and don't go away, as we will have a second one for you very shortly. Stick around, have some fun, talk with the community, and I'll see you guys later for match number 2.